Guys, thanks for watching Precision Rifle Network. Joel here. I am here in Kansas with Ryan Cheney, and we got a couple things going on today. Number one, we're trying to get me on target at a mile with my new toy, which is used. It's new to me. Desert Tech SRS. Comes with like a switch barrel thing, right? Like it's got a 308 and it's got a 338 Lapua Magnum. And of course, the first thing that inexperienced people like myself think when we start thinking about Magnum cartridges is, well, I got to go to a mile, or I got to go farther, right? And so this is capable to a mile for sure, but I'm only using factory ammo, Federal Gold Medal, 250 grain. But Ryan is a seasoned ELR competitor, I would say.
I'm finally considered a pro. I guess it took a few years to work out the bugs, but
that's right.
You know, I started, with my 338 Lapua back in like 2013, but I didn't get into competitions until the end of 17.
Okay.
And I got real serious in 18 when I won the very first match at Spear Point 2018, and I was like, oh wow, this is cool. And then that's when it got serious.
And so we're going to bring out his big gun here after a little bit. It is a Barrett 416?
No, it's a 416 stroker. 416
stroker, I apologize. Of course, that cartridge was made by Jesse
Cook. Yeah.
Jesse Cook, yeah.
It's 408 Chi-Tac base parent cartridge, 35-degree shoulder, shooting
Cool.
500 grain laser at about 2,900. Real efficient cartridge, real low recoil. It's fantastic. It's ridiculously accurate.
That's awesome. That's cool. So yeah, so we're gonna shoot my gun. Hopefully, get on at a mile here. That would be.
There's no hopefully. This is happening.
Okay, so this is happening. That's goal number one. Goal number two is to show you guys Ryan's rear bag here, and this is called the airfoil. And we're going to go into this a little bit more in detail, but I'm going to leave you hanging on it for just a minute. And goal number three is to bust out the 416 stroker.
Yeah, I got a few shots left from Spear Point from last weekend, and I figured I might as well initiate him into this game with that, and he's going to get the bug to build a big gun. I guarantee it.
Oh my gosh. More money out the door. All right, so this is first shots, guys. I'm at 1465 yards. All right, what's your call on the wind?
We got a little left to right now. I think it switched beyond 6 o'clock. I would
2 to 5/10 maybe left.
Man, I don't think we're gonna need any right. I think we're looking at left at this point. I think we're gonna be at like 0.4, maybe half mil left.
Copy. All right, shooters ready.
Spotter. Impact, top left corner.
Nice. All right, guys, we're about ready to send another one here. We had a little bit of a dope issue, my fault. I did not input some correct data. Actually, I had like target speed inputted in there instead of zeroed out. I had a couple of little errors that were my fault. And I think we got them squared away now. So here's our first attempt after sorting out the Kestrel. Holding straight up. Shooters ready.
Spotter.
I saw the dirt.
Yeah.
Low left.
That was Spall.
Okay.
Why don't you come up 0.3 and
Okay.
just send the same.
Okay. Same, here we go. Center hold.
That's an impact. There we go.
There you
All
go.
right. Hey, thing works.
It does, and it's going to keep working until that plate stops moving. I guess that's a downside.
And it stopped. I did it 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. So that little beep you guys heard is from a hit indicator that a guy sent to me, and it uses radios. It's got a little sensor on the back of the target and a little two-way radio, and it sends a signal to this radio, Morse code, that's for HIT hit. It's the first attempt, 1465 yards, and it worked. So we'll have to keep playing with it. Cool.
Oh, that was off the right. See it? Elevation was good. You need to come 0.5 left.
Copy that. Reshooting.
Impact.
All right, guys, so while Ryan is getting set up here, we are now back at a 1 mile plate. Is it right at 1760?
Right at 1760.
Okay, so it's right at 1760 yards. We're not doing me just yet. We're gonna get Ryan on there so he can figure out the wind. So
we're gonna save his ammo.
Yeah. So tell everybody just kind of briefly what you are shooting. Like, explain the components of your rifle and, and what you got there.
So it's a 416 stroker built by Sterling Precision. I've got a Pierce 10X action. You notice it's left-handed. It's got a Bartline 9-twist barrel, Manners LRT stock, running Trigger Tech 2-stage diamond, Night Force 735 attacker, Mil C reticle, spur mount, Terminator T5, Accutech WB4 bipod.
And how long is that barrel?
It's 38-inch barrel. The whole rifle weighs about 40 pounds, but I've also put about 6-7 pounds of copper ballast at the back. It's actually around 38 pounds because I have enough room weight-wise to put the Charlie track on and still make weight at King of 2 Miles. So in this current configuration sitting right here, it's about 38 pounds. Basically what I'm going for with this rifle is just a very minimal amount of recoil. I want to be able to get right back on target to spot my miss. I've been shooting solo this season, so I want to be able to take the shot, be right back on target to see the impact or the miss. And this whole setup here is perfect for that. Really, you know, what I go for recoil-wise is a straight back track with the combination of the bipod skis and the bag. I just want it to, it's almost a free recoil where I'm taking the human element out as much as possible with the bipod and bag. I squeeze the trigger, the gun comes back, I'm back on target to watch that. And really this is a perfect ELR combination in my opinion.
Yeah, and he's going to take a couple shots here and get our wind for us and get on plate, and then I'm going to have him explain that rear bag in detail because I've used it just this little bit this morning. It's pretty cool.
I'm looking at about 1.3 wind. All right, you ready? Just a warning, there's a lot of muzzle blast. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice. First round impact at a mile. Easy day for Ryan. And the hit indicator worked.
It worked at a mile.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm kind of impressed with that little thing.
Yeah. I mean, you want to do any more? You got your win.
Do I risk missing shot 2 for the camera?
I can edit it.
All right, well, one more shot. Here we go. Oh, winded off the right side.
All right, what's your call?
Okay, kind of picked back up a little bit. Come to 0.7.
0.7.
There you go.
Impact at a mile. Nice.
Finally, we got it.
Finally. Nice. What was that, sixth shot?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, I'll take it. Let's see if we can repeat it.
Yeah, put another one on it. Right over it.
Ooh, yep.
So
we're just all around that plate.
Yeah.
What size of plate is that again?
3 foot by 3 foot.
Okay. So that's 2 MOA plate, roughly. What I've learned is the limitations of factory ammo. If nothing else is said, we're seeing these hits like just right around the plate. So my group size is just basically 34 inches at a mile.
I call it the airfoil for 2 reasons. Number one, because it has an air pump, and also because it's kind of shaped like an airfoil on the cross section. Inside there's about 10.5 pounds of sand. So in the rear of the bag there's just a flap that comes out, and it's got an internal bag on the inside that houses the sand. I ship them empty, so of course it's, you know, no reason sending you 10 pounds of sand in the mail. Got a rubber mat on the inside for the reinforcement. It's made out of 1000D Cordura, and sell them on my Shopify store for $85 shipped. I've got about 20 different color combinations available, and this right here is the FDE with the black multicam on the sides.
You started out using just regular rear bags, you went to game changers, you went, like, explain that a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, definitely it was a process. I went through a bunch of different bags with game changers, and then we had a custom game changer made that was bigger, something that I could kind of wrap my body around, and something that would hold the back of the gun for me. And I kind of figured out that if I could take more of the human element out of the shot, let the bipod in the bag do the work, that I was having, better accuracy. And the larger bag helped with that. And then I thought, okay, well, what if I put a wedge inside that bag? So I put a locksmithing wedge inside of it, and it worked pretty good for making small adjustments. But the problem is that wedge just kind of floated around inside the media, and it was always a pain in the butt to get it back in the bottom where I wanted it. And I kept fighting with it. And then that's where this came from, with the different compartments: compartment for the sand, a compartment for the wedge, and everything's compartmentalized so that it does its job and it doesn't turn into an albatross. And that's kind of where I was at with that big bag that had the wedge on the inside. I had a lot of people ask me about that bag over the years, and were like, hey, if you ever make that, I'd buy it. And that was a product I didn't want to sell. I'm a pretty malleable person, but I didn't want to market that product because I felt like people would be like, that bag sucks. And so far I've sold about 250 of these, and I haven't had anybody complain. So far everybody has been like, that bag is awesome, it's so solid, it's so stable. Because all you have to do is just a few pumps, get you right on target, your bipod and your bag get you right on target, and then you just come in, squeeze the trigger. That's your job. Let the bipod and the bag do their jobs. And when you have a squeeze type bag and you're manipulating the rear of the stock, and you have a little torsion, a little load on the back of the stock, and you break that trigger, that load is going to come out somewhere. And Brian Litz has shown in slow motion photography that the rifle starts to move before the bullet even leaves the barrel. So is there a possibility that if you have a certain amount of load on the back of the stock with a squeeze bag and you break the shot, that you could actually be off target before the bullet even leaves the barrel? And I think the answer is yes.
If it has anything to do with air, then it's going to be bouncy, but you've put so much sand in here and weight to it.
This whole thing's about 12.5 pounds, 12.5 pounds. It's got 10.5 pounds of sand inside of it.
Yeah.
It's not like a blood pressure cuff or something where it's this much air. You don't want to shoot on a pillow like that.
Gosh, that's just perfect. You can just dial it in so precisely with that thing.
Yeah, just make tiny adjustments.
Dude.
I tell people not to pump it up like balloon.
Yep.
If you need to add something underneath, I got those mats you can put underneath. If you got to go that far, make a change to your bipod, make a change.
Yep.
But just use the pump for that just to fine tune it, where you're not loading the bag in a way to manipulate the back of the rifle for that extra 3 or 4 tenths that you need.
Ready?
Yep.
I don't know how many rounds we sent down here, probably 10 or 12 rounds. I think on our 6th shot, we impacted right down here on this plate at a mile with my Desert Tech. And then this is Ryan's here, and just a good time. I'm really kind of impressed with the little sensor unit that just velcros to the back of the target. I mean, it's really just that big, and you've got a cord that runs down to a 2-way radio, and then when you hit it, you guys have seen, if you haven't seen the little short video, you can go find that. But yeah, it just sends a little signal, Morse code, HIT. It just beep, 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 beep. We just really ran into limitations of ammo today. The factory Federal Gold Medal match, 250 grain ammo was all over. We've got an impact down here below the target, and then we've got one up there on the berm up over the target, and we were just all around this plate at a mile.
Yeah, I'd say the group is probably 6 feet.
Yeah, it was
6 feet high.
About a 6 foot high group, and it just came down to being 50 feet per second off an extreme spread with that ammo. Definitely check out Ryan's stuff, and shout out to him.
Thanks, buddy.
And the range owner for the opportunity to come out here and to Kansas and shoot extreme long range. I'm sure there'll be some more of this on the channel. You guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more great videos from Precision Rifle Network.